Welcome back and welcome to Charles Foster, partner of Foster U.S. and Global Immigration Services, a law firm that focuses on helping employers and individuals obtain non-immigrant and immigrant work visas and permanent resident options as well. So, Mr. Foster, that lets people know that you have a vested interest in what's happening with our immigration laws and what's been happening now during the pandemic. It has you concerned. Why so?
Thank you, Campbell. First, I'm glad to be back on your show again because I think this is very important. I think precisely we've been going through this terrible situation with the pandemic, with crisis and race relationship, all of which have dominated the news. And while that has been going on, the point I wanted to make is that the Trump administration has essentially shut down the U.S. In terms of legal immigration. We're all familiar with the Statue of Liberty, and at its base, the famous words of Emma Lazarus: "Give me your poor, your huddled masses, you're tired, yearning to be free." And now that has been replaced by a sign that says, "Closed, we're out of business." So what this administration did, they justified recently in part precisely because of the coronavirus and the resulting economic shutdown. But in reality, the steps they took, they had been working to accomplish almost since the very beginning of the Trump administration.
Well, from the time that Mr. Trump came down the escalator, he made it, the immigration or immigration type issues were things he talked about as part of his candidacy. So perhaps, it's what people voted for. They knew that he was going to be focusing on that. But you say that he was focusing more on illegal immigration, and what he's doing now is dealing with legal immigrants?
Absolutely. When he came down that escalator and he said that Mexico was sending their rapists and their murderers, first of all, that was ridiculous. Mexico doesn't send anybody, and the vast, vast, vast majority of the people that did enter from Mexico or Central America without inspection were not criminals. Obviously, within any large group of people, there are a few. But he focused actually on preventing illegal entries, building the wall. If anything, that was his signature: build the wall and Mexico will pay for it, which of course turned out not to be true. He also said, we love legal immigrants, and we want a big, wide door in that wall to welcome legal immigrants. But my point is, almost from the beginning, this administration has tried to shut down legal immigration. And we are a country, to quote the seminal work by President John F. Kennedy, we are a nation of immigrants. According to the Greater Houston Partnership, 1 out of every 4 Houstonians was born in a different country. According to Stephen Kleinberg, all of our population growth since the oil depression of the mid-'80s has primarily been in the Asian American communities and the Hispanic communities.
So what's the answer? What is the answer to change the dynamic as you see it back in the other direction?
Well, first, doing what I'm doing right now, I don't think most Americans realize just that literally for the first time in our history that we have shut down our legal immigration system, starting with the so-called Muslim ban, banning people from a number of countries that had not had a single incident of terrorism in the United States, and then gutting our refugee program. We were started by refugees, this country. We have been a moral force, but now we've gone from what was an average under Republican and Democratic presidents of 70 to 80,000 legal refugees a year, almost a symbolic, down to essentially zero. Undermine the asylum process so that no one effectively can apply for asylum anymore, the way that has been undermined, and prohibiting people from immigrating through employment, and gutting most of family-based immigration. So most Americans have not focused on that. So number one is awareness. Secondly, I would say it's hard to know how we're going to deal with this under these circumstances. There are a number of lawsuits that were filed as recently as July 17. that are attacking the legality of President Trump's April 22nd executive order banning permanent legal immigration and his proclamation on June 22nd banning temporary work visas such as the H-1B classification.
Well, what I want to do, if I want to continue this conversation, I want to have you come on, and I want to have someone come on who has an opposing point of view about this, and have you guys talk it out. Let's see what the answer is, so people can get a sense of what's going on out there and get a feel for what's happening and what can be done. Deal?
That's a deal. If you can find that person who can articulate a rationale on the other side, I'd be interested.
All right. I'll be looking forward to make that happen. Charles Foster, thank you for your insight. I look forward to seeing what kind of changes will happen as a result of our conversation this morning and the weeks and months ahead. Thank you so much, and we'll get that opposing viewpoint and make that happen, okay?
Thank you, Kimbrell.